What's going on, miners? Chump Change XD here. Hope you're all staying healthy, having a great day. As you can see, I have a 12 card rig right here on the ground up and running, and we have an OCTOMINER. I want to test in this video the difference in wattage between a full rig with fan shrouds on the GPUs, and then I want to strip them down, put them in an OCTOMINER, and see how much wattage we're saving or how much more wattage it is to run these fans without these. So if you guys are interested in that, let's do it. Alright, let's dive right into it. So right here we have 11 1660 Ti amp versions and one 1660 Super. So this was a 13 card GPU mining rig, and I obviously ripped out this one because the fans actually stopped working on it and it was overheating. So I decided to take this one and use it as the guinea pig to see how the temperatures would be inside the OCTOMINER without any fan shrouds on it. So I actually did let this run all night last night and it worked phenomenally. I'll leave the temperatures right here on the screen so you guys could see. This works perfect. So now what we got to do here is check the wattage. So we're looking at right around 990, 995-ish. So that's what we have for this 12 card rig. Again, this 1660 Super is the same exact wattage as the TIs, so that's pretty legit. So now I just want to take a mental note. If we look at this rig, I have 4 fans plugged in and 4 fans unplugged. I'm not going to go through the hassle of plugging those in, but we know they're about 4 to 5 watts each. So right here, we're going to assume that it would be just over 1,000 watts to run these 12 GPUs. Now my main concern is I want to know how much wattage it costs more over a normal rig to run those 5 fans inside of an OCTOMINER without these fans, because I know these have to be like 1 or 2 watts at least. So I mean, if we're saving, you know, 5 to 10 watts per GPU, will it make up for the difference? Let's find out. All right, just for the record, inside the software we're at 927. all right, so I just shut down this rig. Now I have to strip all these GPUs and then we have to swap over all these power cables and get this thing powered up. Real quick, on initial startup, I just wanted to see what the OCTOMINER was naked. This is 145 to 150 watts right off the bat when this thing starts up. So let's see what it is when it settles down, and then we'll get all the GPUs in there. All right, so here are the 12 that we're gonna be putting in here. Again, these are all exactly the same. This one's already stripped down, and there we have it. Every one of these TI amps are stripped down, bare bones, no back. So first things first, I gotta grab this guy right here. This is a octopus cable for the inside of the OCTOMINER. So I need to get this all plugged into the breakout board there, and I actually need to make an adjustment on the PSUs this comes with, and I'll explain that in just a second. Let me plug this in and then we'll go from there. So now what I realized with the PSUs in this unit, when I was disassembling all these, I was thinking a little bit, and I forgot that these are all 750 watt server PSUs, and these things that I got made from Matt Electron, thank you very much again, they are C13, C14, which means I can only run one strand, or I have to run both meters side by side and do the math. So what I'm going to do, instead of doing that, I am just going to swap out the 750 for a 1200 watt server PSU, because I can run all of these GPUs on a 1200 watt just like I was down there on that rig. That way I can get the wattage draw from the actual wall. So I need to remove, I'm going to do the middle one. Okay. And then this should fit in just like normal. Perfect. All right, so 1200 watt one is directly in the middle. I'm not even going to use these two. They're just in there for the time being. Realistically, you could rip them all out if you wanted to. But when I do plug this into the wall, I am probably going to be plugging in 2 of these and removing the 1200 watt, depending on what the actual wattage draw is here. This is just for testing purposes. So put that there. Now I'm going to save you guys the pain of watching me plug all these in, and we're going to have them in there in 3, 2, 1. There they are, all done, ready to go. Got them all plugged in. I got them all mounted. The only thing I didn't do is put like the brace bar across, but I'm not closing this permanently right this second. So let's get this plugged in and let's give it a test. I want to see how many watts it pulls with all the GPUs. And apparently it's just going to turn itself on. So right now, 440 watts. All right, cover's on it. Now let's check inside HIVEOS at what these things are pulling. All right, so they're all registering. As you can see, they're all the same exact GPU. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of stunned right now. 930 watts, or 920. Between 920 and 930 typically, right, on this thing. This thing's quiet as hell. We come over to the computer and we look. Every card's getting 30 mega hash. Inside the software, it's saying 2,786. Obviously, something's wrong there. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but this thing's hashing away. I'm gonna leave this up and running for the night. I want to see if this stays around 930 watts. I'm freaking blown away. If that's the case, I'm literally taking out these 750 watt PSUs and I'm not even gonna use them. I'm just gonna have 3 extras on the side in case I need them at a later date, and I'll just leave the 1200 watt in there because that is the most efficient you can get, right around 900 watts on a 1200 watt PSU when it's pulling off a 240. So I'm gonna give it the night and we'll recap this in the morning. All right, so it's the next morning. We have arrived and look at this, guys. So 950 to 960 watts is what I see on this meter. I've been watching it for about a half hour at this point, and that overall saves roughly 40 to 50 watts for using the OCTOMINER and removing all of those shrouds on the GPUs. And if you look, literally all the cards are right around 50 to 52 degrees. That one's 54. That's the hottest one we have, all right? But they're all running perfectly. I don't have to worry about fans breaking in the actual OCTOMINER because there are none. And I'm literally using the OCTOMINER to its fullest potential. Like, look at this. All these cards are working perfectly. 70 watts in the software, and like I said, that number right there, something's messed up with the HIVEOS wattage draw. So honestly, I'm happy as hell that I'm saving wattage because that obviously helps my electric bill. You guys know it's absolutely insane, and my cards are running perfectly smooth. Like, look at these. And again, this is absolutely feasible. It's not loud at all. So if an OCTOMINER is reasonably priced for you guys to purchase, then you know what? I mean, this setup right here, being this quiet, is amazing. Now, just before we go, what I want to do is take this OCTOMINER, because I have 3 more I need to fill up, and I'm going to take out all of the GPUs that are these amp versions, the supers, out of my grow tent. I'm going to load this thing up, and we're going to turn it on with the fan shrouds inside this thing, and I want to see the difference in wattage, how many more watts it actually is with all of those still intact. All right, open air rig over 1,000 watts with all of these guys right here. They are 1660 Ti's and supers, more or less the same thing. They're just not the amp version. That doesn't make a difference in the wattage, but this is just crazy. So 1,006. Now I'm going to throw these in the OCTOMINER. All right, you can see all the other 1660 Ti and supers are in there. There's 2 supers and the rest are 1660 Ti's. Look at this. So these fans are actually set to 100 on the GPUs, and it's only at 970 watts or 980 or so. And as you can see, everything's hashing away over here in the software. Obviously the HIVEOS wattage is very off, but everything's up and hashing. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, so we're gonna give or take 10 watts because this one right here is a BIOS modded Hynix Super. So that pulls 85 watts in the software instead of 70. So I'm assuming 10 to 15 watts or so that one would be pulling. So realistically, I mean, an additional 10 or 15 watts for that one GPU, but look at this. Like, it's really not that far off. I can't end the video like this. I have to rip the shrouds off and see. All right, so the shrouds are off and we're at 930 just about watts. So as you can see, taking those shrouds off your actual GPUs in the OCTOMINER is a good thing. You do end up saving some power. Let's just double check. As you can see, everything's hashing. We have 370 mega hash. Everything's pulling over 30. and look at the wattage inside the software. It's obviously wrong. You guys just saw. So there you have it. That's it. That's your answer. It is definitely going to save you money in the long run if you run OCTOMINERs and remove your fan shrouds. So what'd you guys think? Are you a little shocked that the OCTOMINER overall is less wattage draw than an open air frame? Because to be honest, I was not expecting that. I thought it was going to be more power hungry, obviously because of the server fans. I don't know, kind of blows my mind. But anyways, so to be fair, these server fans aren't at 100%. They're on auto inside HIVEOS. That's obviously saving some wattage there. When they ramp up to 100, or if they do, that will definitely show. But if you guys have good thermal paste on a GPU with just a heatsink on it, you will absolutely be able to maintain it with the auto temperature and just setting a degree inside HIVEOS. I have these set at 55 degrees, so hopefully they stay cool. Hopefully everything works well, and hopefully you guys enjoyed this content. If you did, please go down here, hit this like button. Don't forget to subscribe. If you haven't seen this video or this video, please go check them out, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.